Here we go. It's week 4, guys. I'm back. Sorry for the hiatus. Let's get this shit going. I'm gonna preview the week, give you my projections, and here we go. First game, me and Sam. I'm gonna have to say Aaron Rodgers puts up bigger numbers than Joe Flacco, obviously against Detroit. Joe Flacco's playing Pittsburgh. I don't see huge numbers, but I don't think he's gonna be in single digits again this week. I think they finally got some rhythm going there in Baltimore. I think they continue that this week. Sorry. Frank Gore gets Atlanta. Frank Gore's their only offense they got, so just keep handing them the ball. Maurice Jones-Drew in Indy. I mean, he better show up because he really hasn't done much this year. Hasn't even touched the end zone. John Kuhn, I like that pickup, Sam. He looked a lot better than Brandon Jackson did as far as rushing goes, but obviously if they're passing, they're throwing it to him. But I like Matt Forte better than him. So I got the edge on the running backs. You got the edge at quarterback so far. Ahmad Bradshaw against Nate Washington. Give it to me at the flex. Brandon Marshall and Jeremy Maclin. I think Brandon Marshall has a bigger game. I don't think Maclin has as big a game as he's been having. I don't know if he even gets in the end zone this week. Washington is coming in with a chip on their shoulder. They want to back up their quarterback, McNabb. So I don't see huge numbers out of Macklin. I could see him scoring, getting double-digit points. Bolden, not as big as last week, but I do see him getting in double digits again. Kevin Boss, 100 yards to Jermichael Finley last week. I see at least a decent game out of him. Colts against Dolphins. New England's going to put up points, so I give it to the Colts. Kickers I don't really care about. Other than that, I think I'm going to give myself the win this week. I don't think Sam can beat me. I think I really have better matchups, and besides Aaron Rodgers. So, next game. The Seaburgers against Rocky, the worst team in the league. All right, I'm going to have to say Matt Hasselbeck against Drew Brees. I like Matt Hasselbeck against St. Louis, but they are on the road. And Seattle obviously didn't look that good last time they were on the road. So, I don't know. Drew Brees against Carolina. If the Madden curse doesn't happen this week, Drew Brees will have huge numbers against Carolina. Carolina's D is garbage. Clint Portis against Philly. Not going to do anything. Run DMC, kid. He's been a beast all year. I don't see why it stops against Houston. He keeps it going. Ronnie Brown against New England. Ronnie Brown always has big numbers against New England. I think that continues, even with this so-called hamstring injury that I don't think is true. Sean McCoy, I think he gets a lot better this week. I think he gets double-digit points. They're going to need him to beat Washington. Jacoby Joe and Peyton Hillis. If Andre Johnson doesn't come out, this is a straight-up even matchup right here. If he does, Peyton Hillis is definitely the better play. Wes Welker and Braylon Edwards. Gonna have to go with Wes Welker. Braylon Edwards scored on some lucky bullshit last week. Hines Ward against Jabbar Gaffney. Which one of the Denver receivers is gonna catch a pass this week? Brandon Lloyd is one of the best fantasy wide receivers of the year. Are you serious? Number 3 on the team. John Carlson, Chris Cooley. I think it's Chris Cooley here. Patriots D and Seahawks D. I'm going to have to give it to Seahawks based on the fact that they're playing St. Louis and you don't really know what's going to happen. Other than that, I mean, you're taking a risk with Hines Ward, but I guess it's your only play. And you don't want to play Eddie Royal. You might as well drop Brandon Jacobs. He's a bum, dude. I mean, he's not going to do anything all year. So, on to the next game. I'm going to give the win to the Seaburgers this week. Rocky, 2-2, bud. Haters against JP. You just played him last week, dude, in Seaburgers League, but you're playing him this week. So, here we go. Michael Vick, big game against... I don't think he has a big game, sorry. He doesn't have a huge game against Washington. Like I said, I think Washington comes in with a chip on the shoulder. They want to back up their quarterback, McNabb. So I think they're going to try to shut him down. I hope D'Angelo Williams gets it going this week. I don't see why he can't. That New Orleans defense can be run on. We'll see what happens. Rashard Mendenhall. Don't plan on a big week from him, JP. Justin Forsett could go off against St. Louis. I like him better than Jerome Harrison. Manu, you don't really have any other options because Cadillac's on a bye and no Mo is no Mo at this point. So, Mike Williams, Seattle receiver against Larry Fitz. Larry Fitz all day. Self-explanatory. Reggie Wayne against Andre Johnson. If Andre Johnson comes out and plays, I don't see why he doesn't have a reasonable game. I don't see a huge game because of that ankle. I would consider playing or you can't even play Marion Barber. I would consider playing Devin Hester here, Johnny P, because I don't know if your boy's going to show up this week. Although you can put him in last second anyway because he's the 8:20 game. Andre Johnson's the 4 o'clock game, so wait on it. Roddy White and Reggie Wayne over Calvin Johnson and Andre Johnson. Hell yeah. I mean, Reggie Wayne is going to get it going this week against Jacksonville, and Roddy White, that's the only person Matt Ryan throws to. It's Michael Finley against Mercedes Lewis. Are you seriously going to play Mercedes with Lewis? Drop him. Get another tight end, Johnny. Seriously, dude. I mean, other than that first game, he's done nothing. He's a bum. Steelers D against Bengals D. I got to give it to Bengals D because I think Baltimore keeps it rolling this week. I think they actually beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, give Pittsburgh their first loss. So, overall, this one is going to be Manu this week. Good luck, guys. Reynolds Wrap against Fakes Nut Cakes. Adam, if you can't get a win here, bud, fucking hang it up, dude. It's over. Kyle Orton against Tennessee. They're the number 1 ranked defense, but Denver loves to pass, and without Nomo, they're definitely going to be passing. Eli against Chicago. Well, it's tough to run on Chicago, but Eli will be throwing the pass, and hopefully he's throwing it to Kevin Boss all day long, baby. Sean Green against LT. Wow, look at that matchup, huh? I'm going to have to give it to LT. Sean Green could finally show up in this game because I think they give him a lot of chances against a weak team like that. But who knows? Ben, the law firm, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. I don't see a huge game. Miami's D is for real, but you got to take a chance on him. Brandon Jackson. Really going to play Brandon Jackson? You got to play Ryan Matthews here, fake and bake. Ryan Matthews will be playing this week. I don't see how you can't play him. You got to play him. Mike Tolbert against Colston. I give it to Colston all day in the flex. Randy Moss and Ocho Cinco. Randy Moss. Johnny Knox and D-Jax. D-Jax. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Vernon Davis and Dustin Keller. Dustin Keller's going to have a huge game. Vernon Davis needs to have a huge game if San Francisco wants a chance to win. I'm going to have to say Dustin Keller is a much better play this week. So, Dustin Keller. Chargers D against Bears D. Whew. If Bears D returns a kick, it'll be reasonable. But I really think the Giants come to play this week after that disappointing loss last week. So, I'm going to give the win to Fakes Nutcakes. He's going to get his first win this week. Sorry, Reynolds, you're going to be 0-4. I think you should be playing Steve Smith over Johnny Knox. What do I know? I mean, that's what I would do. And by the way, why do you have 2 Giants receivers on your team? You're only going to play one or the other. I'd get rid of Manningham at least. Riley against Ally and Partak. Peyton Manning at Jacksonville, Matt Schaub at Oakland. It's pretty close. I think Manning has a bigger game because Jacksonville is just pathetic. Steven Jackson probably won't play. You might as well play Willis McGahee. He has a better chance of making some points here because of Rice's injury. But I guess you got to play him if he's playing. Pierre Thomas, if he plays. Both of these guys, who knows? You got to, I don't know what you're going to do. You don't really have any other options on your bench, so I would say get Ray Rice back in your lineup. He's supposed to play, but what do I know? Arian Foster, huge game against Oakland. Joseph Adai, huge game against Jacksonville. I think that's a push. Kevin Walter and Lawrence Maroney. I think Kevin Walter has a good game, especially if Andre Johnson doesn't play. Greg Jennings, big game against Detroit. Steve Smith, Carolina against New Orleans. I hope he gets in the end zone. I don't know. Hakeem Nicks, huge game. I can feel it. They're going to need the passing game this week, and Hakeem Nicks is a big part of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has a huge day. Louis Murphy, I love him. I think he keeps it going. I think he gets in the end zone. It's time to find a new tight end, Ally. Owen Daniels is not going to be the one. So I give it to Tony Gonzalez here. Ravens D against the Eagles D. I like the Ravens D here. Overall, win is going to be Riley's team. I don't think Partak and Ally have a chance just because too many injuries and Matt Schaub really hasn't done much this year. I think it's time for him to show his face and get it going. Last but not least, Schreiner against Sean Cock and Balls Traeger. Sean ain't even playing a quarterback, so I'm going to have to say Tom Brady definitely. But if you decide to play David Garrard, you're going to probably play McNabb. So I think you should probably get him in there, Schreiner. Chris Johnson and Michael Turner. I'm going to have to say Chris Johnson has a bigger day, but Michael Turner is going to be a big factor against San Francisco. Cedric Benson against Cleveland and Javid Beast. Javid Beast probably won't play, so I hope you get to your lineup in time, Traeger. Hightower and Austin Collie. Austin Collie's been a beast. You can't deny that. I have to give it to Austin Collie here. Mike Sims-Walker hasn't done anything spectacular yet, so Mark Clayton all day against Seattle. Santana Moss against Donald Driver. I'm going to say Donald Driver has a big day against Detroit. That passing game is going to be on fire. Antonio Gates and Dallas Clark. I'm going to give it to Gates only because I don't think Dallas Clark has been a big factor yet, and it seems like they like Austin Collie a lot more there. I'd try to get rid of Dallas Clark or Austin Collie if I were you, Traeger. I mean, how are you going to run two receivers on the same team? It's kind of crazy. Defenses, Packers and Jets, about even. It's a push there. They're both playing shitty teams. So, overall, I'm going to give the win to Traeger. You're 4-0. You're fucking whooping ass this year. High scoring points every week. So, keep it going, dude. Anyway, that's it for this week. I just want to say, somebody else make a video, dude. Why are you all nervous? Just make a video. Have a good time. Enjoy this shit. Peace out. See you in week 5.